What's going on, everybody? And for those that have made it, are going to watch later or wondering what's been going on in the markets or how I look at the markets, this is kind of what I do. I'm convinced by a few people to just stream what I do while I do it. I've done this a few times now this year already, and we found some epic entries on some great trading pairs. Of course, as the disclaimer said, not financial advice, fucking course. Name of the business and everything. All I'm going to be doing on this show is just kind of pretty cash, man. This is what I do. I'm just going to share my screens, talk through what I'm seeing, and I'm on the hunt. I got the market last Thursday after our daily fix, the show then, because I felt like we were having a pullback. It's time to look for some fresh trades, and that's what I'm doing tonight. Even after the daily fix today, it's nice to see some recovery, and we're just still fighting the total market cap at that median average, and we're on a green candle right now on that hourly. What I am going to be looking at more is every single token that's on the list. I'm going to whip through them to see where they at. Is there trade potential for this next leg up? I am bullish. We have more money coming. It's just, when is that money coming? I'm going to go for a while, so you're more than welcome to stay. This will be recorded to watch later. I will be taking a few breaks. A few people may be joining us as well as we go through it. And it's just going to be mostly me talking and doing a screen share. If you do have any questions, I'll load up the Discord to see if I can catch them. Just give me a sec while I set everything up, actually, for that. It's probably the easiest, best way to give you guys info. Just a full screen share. I will do that. So you can see everything. So what I'm going to do is run through this entire exhaustive list here. And I'm going to chart all of it and see has anything been missed in terms of opportunity or, genres that haven't had quite their run yet. So if, I can see some greens in our Discord right now. A little bit ago. I'm certainly the lab slept. Okay, no worries. Let's do a quick live now, and I'll try and monitor the Discord and any questions that come up over the next few hours and in between our breaks. This will probably be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of like me walking up to my desk Monday morning, 9 o'clock, and I got a shift to put in. So that being said, if you missed the daily fix earlier, where I always like to start on anything I do is the total market cap and where the money is going, how's it moving, areas of concern, blah, blah, blah. And right now, I think we're coming into buying opportunities. That's why I'm doing this. And a little consolidation in this area, holding the strength of the market to go back to our all-time highs, pull back, and then to even go up and beyond. I've compared how the market here way back is just a little mirror of the market here. And then our current market here is going to be a lot bigger mirror of this here. In our current market situation, this area, in my opinion, is this area right in here. And we have all this still to go for what's coming up in, I believe, hopefully the next 18 months in crypto. The sky's not falling when things are crashing. Retracements are healthy. We've had a lot of up. This is good. And been watching it lately more on the fours. And this is where, in my opinion, it needs to really hold this area. Otherwise, it could come down And it could be a fake. Let's load some indicators. We'll leave all that. So we talk about typically on our micro bear, micro bull, how we look for this belly. These crosses fire when it's switching between a micro bear and a micro bull. We know nothing typically is a straight line. It goes up and down along the way in either direction. So learning when these switch is what this tool does. It's not always perfect. It doesn't tell us how long it's going to happen. That's where market sentiment and things come in handy. When I look at this, I love being able to freshly mark shit up. Let's take away, and I'll usually start everything without any indicators. I want to look at price action and technical analysis first. And the rationale behind that is if the indicators agree with what my TA and what my opinion is happening, it just adds to more confluence or strength to that trade. So right now, I'd really like to see us hold here and go up and make this an ugly double bottom. And go from there. We do have also a parallel channel, which could be also indicating that we have more pain. But when we add our indicators, we're at that belly. And this is where we have to look at how it all goes together. And if it holds this support, excuse me, and we have 20 minutes left in this candle, I'd really like to see a green one come. And same thing, if we could bounce around this triangle, hold this support, come up, bounce around, leave this other base, and then break out, great. Clearly, we could be using this whole part as our bottom of our triangle too, as a possibility, or even further, it could continue this trend. We're waiting for that bullish cross. I even said this happened in my sleep, and this is what I was looking for in our last few shows. It's happened. It's been playing out everything like I've been wanting. And as soon as we got this, that's when I was like, okay, what do I do? That happened, and that's when I knew we had uncertainty. And I've been coasting. Actually, I think it was Thursday or whatever it was back in here, but it doesn't matter. So we need to break this trend. If we miss this belly, which I was trying to let's go for, we need to now break this trend for entries. A couple of things can happen for that to happen. We'll get the bearish cross or the bullish cross telling us statistically on average that we're going to the other direction. We've had consolidation, haven't been down this price point too often. We're in a sell position or money leaving the market in stochastic, saying the price is to come down. So that's why I think this area is really interesting. We zoom in even closer. Oh, let's get that. That's this. That won't work on Mercury. Even with Bollinger red out, green in, green out, red in for entry, exit, we haven't had an entry down like that breaks the bottom of the band in a while. So it could also state that, we are having money leave the market, which means we'll see better pricing in the market. So it makes sense that we could definitely finish this micro bear here, right? We get across, and now we're on the 1 average, right? So it could do something like that. It could go down on a 3 touch, need to retest and go out, or it could come all the way back down to this level. The cool thing is each one of these is an hour. We're looking for entries. So with that, we got time to go through this entire list and compare where are these in relevation in trades. I mean, let's just look at your change percentages. There's been some bleeding today, but earlier from this rise up on the 4 hour, it was good. But I've been talking about uncertainty and this downward trend for a while and waiting for this bullish cross and holding this area. We don't hold this area, you're not going to be getting a whole lot of buy here right now today from me kind of a thing. We're going to be going, this is where we're going to be looking for these entries, and where are we going to be looking for our targets to get in and out. Oops. I could do that more often. So that's kind of the idea of what's happening. It's not financial advice, fucking course. Typically, what I do is I just work through it alphabetically. And if you've seen this list and you've watched this before, we've only added a few more. A few have been deleted. And we've had some banging entries that we may see as we bring them up. I'm not sure, because we're starting a whole new list to save it as and track. Like I said, we may take some breaks along the way. If anybody has questions, you can drop them in the Discord. I'll try and monitor the comments. Like that right there. Hola, Targaryen. Thanks for coming out. I kind of see there's 14 of you watching. Weird thing. Number A, thought I'd never be doing this. And B, it's amazing how many of my friends that do watch it told me they fall asleep to this. Not sure how I feel about that. But anyways, this is how I do my job, guys. And this is what I do for a living. So let's start at 0x0. I never know really what to call this. I've enjoyed this token. What I always do, I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to go on the weekly. I'm going to look for confluence. I'm going to take my indicators off. And this is a newer token. We've talked about a lot of these a lot. I'm not going to be here to give you all the research on everything. I may just kind of look at things for a while just to try to get a feel also for what's going on, and just kind of go from there. Sometimes, especially when it's younger, I do typically go from wicks. Most of the times I do go from bodies. I mean, Jesus. Look at that. Let's see, we got that 2 days on this weekly. I'm gonna go wicks. Great job. I'll probably put on some tunes in a minute too, now that I think about it, to let you know. Now, that might not look. I'm willing to bet that. Oh, it's a big. Okay. target of 85 would be. Nobody else never really know where to put this fucking thing. So current price today to the 618 go 120%. Oh, that's not bad. 120 on the weekly, on the daily. Coverage was 618. So if you're not sure, if you're on fucking new and you're trying to discover where a possible next price discovery is, because one of the things I want to also do right now is find our entry, but not only our entry, but our exits. And use Fibonacci from your high to your low, and then my targets will be the 618s to get out of here. So is this possible? Maybe. See. But we know right now from current price to its all-time high body is 35%. This is a weekly trend, so that's why it's sticking out compared to a daily. We do have some nice consolidation in here. It's not bad. It's not great. To be honest, I think we'll find some better percentages. And it's sitting, doesn't surprise me with all this, just slightly under median. Possibly looks like it could be going into a micro bear and pulling down. What will determine that is why I always start at the very beginning with our total market cap. Sorry, I'm going to put that on full screen. That's if I'm actually working. Cool. Sorry. So there's some decent in the shorter term by the look. Everything I'm looking at is, I'll put this disclaimer out if you're watching. Everything that I'm looking at is for in terms of longing. I do believe we're in a bull, but I also do believe we may have some more pullback or some consolidation. So I'm going to try and do entries to where I think these are going to go. If money pulls back more, all this will go out the window and we're going to get better entries. But I just have that feeling we're not going to get that much lower, but our indicators are going to tell us. And this is the part that drives me absolutely nuts about this game. And this is the patience part, is we know that if we get across here, it goes down. And if we're longing, we're waiting for better entries, so we just wait. But we also know we have some patterns here, a bullish pennant, and they play out, they break, and they go, and this can just turn on a dime if more money enters the market. So we also will be looking at, when we give these entries, or what I'm looking at my entries that I'm taking, is you'll see me do little circles and horizontal rays to the different prices. because I will dollar cost entering my entries. I would rather split up to say if I had $100, I'm going in 3 times, 33 and a third, 33 and a third, 33 and a third, all at different price points to get the best entry. And you can use the reverse logic on the way out for laddering out, laddering in is what that's called. So for me, it's important in strategy, if we're looking to turn the other direction, we want to get over the median. And the median, in this case, how we set up our indicators, it's all in the modules that you have access to if you're Discord. If you're not in it, just DM me, you can have it. Is the median is the dotted white line. And when we're above it, and we can stay above it, things are always good. And it's kind of like a retest. We need to test over it and stay above it. Just like we do a retest for a parallel channel, which we're coming into here. Thanks, Primo. The Hunt is now live. If you want to spread the word, give it a retweet. Yeah, if you guys enjoy this, you want your friends to learn, as opposed to just trading shit coins and stuff. Share the word, spread the word. Like, people are welcome. The only rule is just don't be a dick. And we're all learning together. We have some great traders, moderators, great traders in the community as well that have been showing us all sorts of stuff and calling some bangers. It's been a lot of fun. Where's my weekly? So when we get down on the 4 hours, there it is. There's your micro bear, And so what that says to me is we're going to have this, just like it's doing there. And that price action, what we want to do is follow these lines when they switch. And if that switches down, then this is probably going to come down. Do that. Micro bears and bulls, we need ups and downs in any market. And when you find good volume in tokens and you trade these strategies, shit. There's 26% in a day and 12 hours. Yeah, there's 20% a day and 20 hours. You can reverse it, short it. I'm not a short, I'm long. You can see we're coming into these areas. And this indicator down here that we walk through how to use our stochastic, when it's crossing in here, it's giving you entry signals. Telling us we're going to get a better entry soon, which means we're probably having price to the downward action. We've been holding this area for sure. This rectangle in here, from here, we've just been bouncing up and around it. Love to just keep doing that. This is what I'm hoping our run lasts a little longer, because if it just keeps doing this and you start to understand the pulse of a token, I know people that just trade one token, one, and they just get in, get out, short, get out of the short, get in a long, and they just do this, and they take these. Normally, I tell people take a lot smaller profits because we're not in a bull run the last little bit. I mean, we've been in a bull run for quite a while. Just the higher highs, not as high as they have been now. This cool off shit is awesome. So OXO or OXO or whatever it is coming on a 4 hourly into a buy by the look of it. As long as on the daily and the 4 hour, we hold our total market cap. And Supreme introduced me to the concept of the term stink bid. We were just talking about possibly, free entries, right? your third entry typically is like your stink bid, where you might catch some of these wicks where you think. Now we haven't been down in these areas in a while, but if you were to buy in right now, or maybe right down in this area as one, or maybe even just a little bit lower. This on 4, they're unsure. Zoom in. I mean, damn, look how our line is just lined up on the one with the whole thing. Right. So that entry on this one right in the middle was the wick on the last. Hasn't been down here in a while. This is probably a bullshit entry. But if it hits when they do and it doesn't tie up a lot of capital, they're great because it usually wicks down, you catch it, and it flies off again. And when that happens, oh, love those days. I don't know if you guys heard the beat, but that means the Crypto Katie has the show.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Where are we at? What are you doing? How's it going?
We're at the very first token on the list, where I just kind of gave the vibe of what we're doing, what I'm looking for, what I think is going on.
Sweet.
And then now we've zoomed out from the weekly and are on the 1 hour of OXO, as you can see on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at doing the entries for possible around the bellies. And these are where I watch necessarily more closer to when they get to the limit entries, when I'm uncertain of the money flow. And what I mean by that is if I'm saying, hey, I think I might tank a little more, I'm going to go back and probably readjust some of my entries if that's the case.
Well, I guess that makes sense because you were saying you're going to look at 4, however X amount of candles, right? So obviously they're going to adjust. Yeah, I'm really curious though. That's one stink bid down at the bottom there though.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been down here though.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I mean, it has been down here in a long time. And I mean, that was just quick for.
It's not unlikely, but I see what you mean about going back and adjusting them as the money flow cycle.
Worst case, and if it turns and goes, you just cancel that stink. But now I probably would bring this one up, to be honest.
Sure.
Right there, catch that wick. So let's get back into that. I can't remember what I was just rambling when I was doing the lines. Clean these up. Do these for each token. Cool that you're here because now you can handle comments. If anybody has questions or anything like that, fire them in there. And then you can just holler at me.
Sure. Yeah. People are just hanging right now.
I love it. Like I said, it's kind of weird that some people tell me to fall asleep. So, I mean, it's not a perfect science, right? It's just these are areas of opportunity is another way to look at it. But if this gets to a cross, it could come down a lot more. And that's why I really want to watch. I'm gaming on the fact that hopefully the market is turning. And we do that with our tour market, right?
Dude, your audio blows at the moment.
Oh, because is it for just hearing my mic?
Well, it's like you come in and every now and then, in and out every now and then it's really echoey and I can kind of piece together what you're saying, right? But
I'm glad that you said that now, and everybody's been so patient on our first break. I'll fix that and I'll run it through the actual streaming mic versus
Sweet.
trying to run it through the laptop on the side, which I just moved closer to me.
Got it.
Oh yeah, this doesn't have the indicator set up.
But totally following though, just so you know.
Cool.
And if anybody's not quite following what on earth we're talking about because of the way we sound, let us know. Not financial advice, fucking course.
So this is for me. This is like the solar eclipse coming up that I've been waiting for so long. Is a bullish cross to go to the upside. To maybe complete really it's not a cup and handle anymore, but some sort of formation to get back up in here. I'm not seeing a formation on the market cap at the moment. But this little bit of down holding doesn't stress me out. This is good because we came up so much from here and it's pulled up. And we know pulling up is strength and it's really tight and it's above the median. All of these make me happy. This says we're going to get a little bit down, which I said don't surprise me after all this up. We have 3 hours and 50 minutes. Oh yeah, that's the one we want to see go green or start to stabilize and then go. And so this is on the 4 hour. I have it on the 1 hour in front of me as we're marking it as well. And we can see just quickly here. And if you're only ever trading a couple tokens, I highly advise that more than having a bunch like this list. You just watch your tokens and watch this on the same time frames to see what's kind of going on. If you want to swing trade those actual tokens, I'm doing wicks. Yeah, a little compression in here on the 4 hours makes sense.
Are you doing more wicks now? This is like kind of new to me.
Market cap, I do wicks more.
Yeah, cool.
I mentioned that a while ago too, or on another time. And,
I can't remember everything, you know?
I don't expect you. Don't expect you to.
I'm a repetitive learner over here.
So, not bad. There's some potential. In all of these entries, I am not entering any of these as a limit buy yet until I know what the heck is going on with that bullish cross and the total market cap. All of this work that I'm about to do might become toilet paper. Absolutely. Similarity. Ooh, I do like similarity. I'm just starting to see Supreme just posted in our chat. All right. Who's up next on the list alphabetically? Should be 1 inch. This looks so good. Every time I look at this, I get excited. I mean, really. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. The opportunities here just look ridiculous. So I'm looking at capitulation right now, like lots of nice compression. We've played this a few times already with some of our trades. This doesn't look like much from here to here, but trust me, it's massive and it's been great. Here, yeah. I think this will be our maybe 2 targets, 3 targets. How much is that? C1. So about 120. Good. And the pullback we had healthy. I've said that so many times. Like, there's no reason to panic. The bull's not over. Don't fall. That bullshit. Damn, this is looking good. Let's do a third target. Didn't last too long. We'll say just realized I didn't have my glasses on. Hilarious. Why is this not there now?
Are you gonna power through, or are you gonna put those
Oh,
bad
okay.
boys on?
Yeah, I'll just zoom in a little more next time.
Mm.
Still learning that I need glasses. They're new to me. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that makes complete sense. I would leave mine everywhere and never know where they were. You've seen it.
I mean, you're starting to see it for me. I wouldn't have that time to be in Brown. Just going to throw a little more localized support and resistance because we know these levels will clearly come up again. And if we're going to them, at least we know or have an idea of how much our initial target for take profits is. I'm not a fan of round tripping. I like taking profits, buying back in, and going again. We talk about that a lot. This is 1 inch makes me happy. It's been on the list for a while. On the weekly. Weekly very strong. Let's check the confluence on the weekly. We're going to pull back a little curve, coming more down to a buy. We said money's leaving right now, right? So this could go all the way. And if it starts to go down, I bet you it'll follow this line. Actually, should be, I'm still on the weekly. Should be right there. So this next is a retest, 2 days to go. I'm thinking a little bit of price action down, maybe in a little bit if this is what happens. Otherwise, I think we're off. If you caught the belly, when did we talk about this? January, but
It's
still.
like been on every list we've ever written since the beginning of the show. Every time.
So let's just go from the beginning of the year because I've traded this one for a long time. So right now here today, you're at 55%. It's all-time high. You would have been at 6. And that's the importance, taking profits. You know, just riding that up and down, profits are gone. Entries, let's look on the daily and the 4-hour. See, I'm seeing on this daily where I like these bellies. And if it plays out on those bellies, you know, we could probably. Okay, so how big you want to be in this time frame? You know, maybe get one in there. Maybe. How low you want to go is always your, you know, your own decision, right? And if you just want to divide them up 33, 33, 33, 33, imagine connecting all three of those. I mean, you're probably somewhere in here for an entry to go. These would only be entries for me, like I said, if this continues to curl. If this goes to the downside, of course, I will not be taking these. But what I want to look today when I work through all this list is where are these best percentage returns from where they're at right now to where is the realistic, short-term target. How can we get out and in from, say, current price to the localized high? 25%. I'm a fan of 25%. Telling us on a daily we're in a buy situation. This might be absolute hopium. Usually the last thing bid is. Don't expect to hit these very often. And then you can take notes on your successful trades. When you start getting closer to these, then you can fine tune those. Absolutely. So let's zoom in a bit. Well, maybe let's go on the 4 hour too. See, uncertainty might want to spread a bit.
When you look this close, do you see, maybe because the scale, but do you see how the low one, do you look at the low one and think that that's too low now that you look this close? Or is that still a
This
possibility
one
to you?
down here, yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
that one to me is the stink bid. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really expecting those to hit, and they usually have the smallest amount on them. But
Mhm.
then they also usually are the lower ones because when those smaller amounts hit, it makes up for it if it goes down, down. Like I said, these are
And
now.
they've had drops like that, so it's not
Yeah, and
yeah.
what's going to happen tomorrow out of these ones that have our best, because you can't be in everything, you can't watch everything, right? The ones that have this best point of return. Oh, that was our. See, don't touch that. The one that has this best percentage here and seems to be having the most consistent pattern, those are the ones I'm going to jump into. And by doing that research and taking some time, I might miss the better entries to them because of that. Oh, that's curve on that 2 to 1.
But it's just like you're doing your homework ahead of time?
Yeah, and then me when I'm checking in to see is it following my TA. I'm going to check to see how these are, and if these are starting to spread down, I'm going to move these down and get more excited that I'm getting an opportunity to
Mhm.
increase this. Because this is a great project and there's a lot of room left to go. And we're not at the bottom of a Bollinger, but we're closer to the median. We'll see. It'll be really interesting. But yeah, there's 1 inch. I have high hopes for 1 inch. Is it the best return out of this list? I do not know. Oh, ooh, yeah, young token. And there could be parts of this where I'm just gonna go skip. And the reason being is if I'm thinking it's too much to force a trade for the likelihood of a return, I'm not going to. Those, how long did that take? Oops. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't buy FOMO. You're buying when this is firing on, especially on the dot. That there should be a lesson. Under 12 days. Oh, the weekly.
Sometimes that critical fear and greed fires for a long time, like on its way up. I think, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, look at that.
because it's telling you the greed is still there. The
Mhm.
dot is where it's extreme, like over the top. Right. It makes sense to see how much that came up. On the daily, we can see the median starting to curl. We're starting to get closer to it, but we still have spread, even though we're getting a buy situation here. Bollinger gave us, this is a prime example of some catchy knives, but some ins and outs. If you're fast on these days, Jesus, that hell, Paul. Some of these wicks are the same. This is one that's definitely a lot higher risk, smaller market cap. That on this one right now, I would just put it on the. Oops, that's not what I meant to do at all. I want to see the belly. Right now, all I see is more pain and then fast wicks. I want to see the curve for me to want to take the risk to get back to this on such a new token. So if I want to take notes or something, I'll just do something like that. So when I flip through, did it follow the belly? Because there's some decent gains here, even to that high. But I have no indication it's going to hold here at the moment, other than one, not good enough. Not good enough for the kind of risk level that is for me to be watching. Next. Bull, I'm not interested in. These are nice. These excite me. Look at that. Why don't we start with that right here? I mean, it's pretty much right where it's fighting to stay on this line. If it can't, it's definitely going to come right back down. It's retested it here, held it. So we're on a channel on a weekly in this formation. I mean, it's technically gross. More important. Definitely have resistance right here.
This silence always makes me feel like we need to get music on here.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier too. And then I'm not sure with all the streaming regulations, blah blah blah. Yeah, just like I said, needs to hold here. Indicator might be a curl to the downside. As we say, money flow will determine that. Need to turn that up into the and it could just be these natural nice ebbs and flows. Something I really like. We are in a sell position here. Bollinger, we touched. To me, I'm weekly looking a little tougher. On the daily, there's a micro bear. That's what we want to see to eventually take off the price. And, you know,
We've seen a shallow one like that on a few coins already.
you know, it seems to be holding this and kind of consolidation along it. Entering an entry here by the look of it. And this has been support for quite some time. The only thing that's going to really flip this down lower is if money leaves the market. I feel like a broken record every time I say it. But to me, right around now, on Aave is looking like a decent loot. It's looking decent entry. You know, you could get a little more fine tuned. Get lucky and get the pullback to that weekly rectangle. Maybe might be tight. Here goes. Then a third, I would definitely have a lot lower of it. Stay bit. And what was that again? Price to
Like 27 or something, or am I losing it?
that one's 12. Yeah, up here was right around 29. The target first resistance that would be our next target. A juicy entry. Yeah, have a little fitch in. Let's move it. There. That would be my 3 for Robin. And same thing, if you just want to buy it now, hold it for a while, because I would say buy it red. I mean, you can't really go wrong on that. On the daily, yeah, wait for this belly, watch this belly. It is looking good. 4 hours. mean, it's wicking back in these areas. Might just catch that actually. Curious to see. I like that. I don't mind to put 20%, 29 to 30% on a good token with a possibility of coming down to even a better entry. If market flow changes, we could be getting entries down here. But the amount of times I've waited for better entries down here, it just goes after that. There's some bulls.
Sometimes we should start from Z
other
or
direction.
Z, just because sometimes, you know,
You feel
because
like
everything's dropping, especially it's like there's so many to look at right now. Do you think you said in the show earlier you were thinking about kind of sticking in the realm of AI and gaming? Are you still kind of on that, or are you just going through alphabetically right now?
right now I'm just going to do the whole list alphabetically to go through it. I still think the largest two areas of return this run is AI, which we've already seen, gaming, DPIN and DeFi, all those will be in there. No idea what that was. I mean, Cardano really has to hold here. I don't trade Cardano a lot because I just find it slow compared to some of this other stuff we're finding. I mean, that's 41% in a month to the downside.
Looks like two little pendants to me.
Had trouble making it to here, breaking out the wicks, which is right around here. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'm not. Don't love it, don't hate it. Don't dig it, just trade it. What are we looking at here, Cardano's not going anywhere. It's a staple. There's so much shit built on. We have this nice formation actually happening, like dip. It'd be nice to see that continue. Because what would that be there roughly? Huh. Yeah, it is weird to think that Cardano is actually under $1. That is actually. Oh, indicators. Oh. I mean, that's weekly confluence. That's looking just like that was playing out. It's holding above the median. It's holding this area, which it really needs to do. It's this. 32. Huh. Entry, red green, entry, not quite the belly. Let's hide the weekly drawings. Oops. One day, Jay, one day you'll get it. Then Firewall.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah, this is another one that could actually be interesting. I would want to see that belly on the daily right now, erase that. I was just talking about the whole up down thing. This seems like it's been holding. It's been a while since it's been down here. There's not a lot of fear in the markets though, but our critical fear is not fired. We're holding at a 2.43 on the total market cap. But here's the deal. We got a lot of spread. We're below that median. If we don't get this curl, I mean, you could be looking for, entries in here or in here range. If we get this curl, your entries are going to be in this range. So you can put up and down, up and down, up and down in through here and try to hit one or each or wait for the curl for confirmation. We have a buy here, but we also know you get a buy. That's all it does is fucking sink. And having confluence amongst more indicators and various time frames is how I play this game. I've been saying, hey, since Thursday, I'm waiting to find entries. I'll share them with you as I do. And that's what tonight is about. Probably the next little bit tomorrow, 3 hours of the morning. Where's my 4 hour? Yeah, so even on the 4 hour, it's still saying pointing down. So let's hide these drawings now. And look, and anytime these are spreading down, it's bad news bears. But it doesn't mean with this candle holding here, coming over and turning, that this can't start to turn. It's been holding this bottom down in here for a while. This is a fucking sell position though. And this is in a buried position. So Cardano on the short term, not looking good. If I was in Cardano right now, Cardano's pain. AG, Aether Games. This is firing on the 4.
Interesting.
This is kind of shit I love when that happens. Let's do that. So as you can see, brand new, low market cap, great team. Not looking good. The gaming narrative isn't there yet. It hasn't gotten anywhere close to a stable bottom. It did here. And then now it's lost it. Aether Games is one I do believe in, but clearly not at the moment. AGIX was a very early call for our Discord art group and was on the first hunt, and we got a hell of an entry. Our entry was down in here somewhere. I'm very bullish on AGIX. I talk about this kind of shit. Hasn't lost its steam compared to other areas maybe possibly getting. I mean, trying to jump back in now for 20 when all this is saying no, is a tough one. Especially when especially when we got in depth in these areas. I want to see this correct on the daily before I get uber excited. And right now to an all-time high to get to 32%. I think it's doable. Absolutely. I think we can go right back down from here, right back up to here. You can have an entry here. An entry here. Watch the micro bear. If that comes, all of this is void. because we would be going down possibly into these areas. Stink bid, highly unlikely, but I would throw one probably bottom of this wick here. Always the bottom is always most unlikely. Always great if you get an indication as a buy. It's been holding this area for some time. I mean, what is oops. I do sometimes find the fib just gets to be a bit much in there. Sometimes it does help for your support and resistance. It's kind of weird how that comes. I mean, we put these as stink bids in areas of support and resistance. We did the fib after, and we're just off these 618.5 lines. That actually kind of makes me happy. And I try to be on the upside of these ones to catch them, and then I try to be on the downside of these ones to take profits. So that actually makes me happy. So the actual total, if best case world scenario would happen for a take profits, would be our $2.30 range, and from current price, 115%. Question is, do we get down to these areas? 2 hour. Is our micro bear looking to pull down to hopefully these levels here, or this one would trigger. Clearly looking on a longer time frame down here, almost impossible what we talked about here, but to get much nicer entry. AGIX, and for the belly, definitely need to see this mellow the fuck up there for these entries. Otherwise, this one becomes null and void. Don't waste your money, get rid of it. And the possibility of a micro bear is there. We've had a lot of take profits, which is healthy. It's like we're making these W's, which I've said many times on the show. I love finding these. So you can play these swings for a few months. And then from them, you just get rockets. See if it holds. AGIX, I'll keep you on the list.
It's like you're putting a fantasy team together and you just added them to your roster.
Right? And then we go through them all and go, okay, you didn't make the cut just by a few percent.
After these next tryouts, I'm so sorry. You're not up to par.
No. Oh, you did not. This is good. Yeah, this is really nice. So I'm just going to grab this area. Seems we're clearly fighting the support and resistance right in the middle of this chalker block of support and resistance consolidation. And this is big. These are big percentages. I also have experience with Algorand, have made money in Algorand in the past. It's a great team, blah, blah, blah. I am a fan. Could be a really ugly cup and handle to maybe target number one. I don't know how much. 20. 43. Take that bet. Target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of the thing. And from here, when it retests and lands and settles above this like 0.4114 price point, this is where it just seems to want to take the fuck off. And these excite me because when they do that, they do it quick. It's just about being in the right place at the right time with some of these tokens. And it's understanding these trading fundamentals that help us position to get into it. It's, we're not here to make overnight millions. Are we here to make overnight? Are we here to make millions? Yeah. I mean, not financial advice, but I mean, this holds. This is just dying for a breakout. Oh, Jesus. Current price. All right, what's Confluence saying on the weekly? Pulling down makes sense. Contention. Still above the median. Healthy. Price is coming down into a buy action. Same thing. So on the weekly, money inflow changes this drastically. On the daily, you can see it looks like we're coming into an entry. Stochastic is wrong often. Gives you lots of entries. It helps with Confluence. Our micro, that we're waiting for. Seems to be holding this clearly. Lots of support and resistance on the daily right in there too. Look at it, where it's at.
That makes sense why you're anticipating, a more shallow micro bear, considering how much support is there.
And yeah, for so long, right? Compression in that area. But like we said, if money decides to quickly leave, which right now we're at 2.42, so this last hourly candle is engulfing the candle beside it, which is a bearish trend. So it means the market cap is looking over the next few hours as we do this to go down. Micro bears looking at forming on the total market cap on the hourly. Doesn't get down to the critical level of the 2.36, 2.34 area is what we're going to notice over the next few hours. And if it does, everything we've just worked towards is pretty much garbage, and it's going to be much better entries. But I'm curious because I think we might hold in these high 2.4s, or sorry, low 2.4 market caps. Not upset if we do. You get to kind of see what I do, and as part of this game is patience. And if it just keeps going lower, we either turn into shorting or we just get a better entry. And as we can see, this has been happening fast over various time. So Algorand, if it pulls this belly, I mean, this could get gross. I'm feeling this still might even come down lower. Like I don't even want to put this here right now. Is what's going through my head. Just based on that. I would probably have the first one. And like I said, I wouldn't be putting anything in. None of these are limit buys for me at A1 until I get to the list B. I still think we're heading down in price because of the market cap. I just don't think we're going to go too much lower. I'll grind a watch on the 4. I want to kind of see that play. I mean, it's usually a lot steeper and faster. We want to see, that. Sure. Puts it in perspective when you go back to the weekly, when you're just cutting these tiny little hairs, and watch.
Can you close that watch list? Ugh, yeah, you're the best. Thanks.
And I feel like down here is a steady bid. I don't know if we're actually going to see these prices down here again. Same thing, same entries are coming, but this is all market flow at this point. We all know if money leaves, the total market cap falls just get crushed. All right, daily. Yeah, overall, I think I'm quite excited about Algorand. Let's see what it can do on daily. Leave off. I can make this smaller if that makes you happy. No, what is this one again? Jesus Christ, look at that way. What was that? The heck is this one again? Probably a new gaming token. I honestly can't remember at the moment. Trying to hold this support. If that's the case, and it does hold this as support, if this holds here ish to where it's fighting, I mean, $47 for a new token after what we just saw. Ape. Oh, Ape. What's going on? Hi. I mean, it definitely really has to hold here. It's clearly coming down to these 1.367 levels. It's going to be coming somewhere down to here. I'd like to see it turn around and bounce. 2 days left to get out of here for a retest. You know, I have to look at data on the weekly. That does not look healthy. It just looks like a little more pain. And there's, yeah. So this is even a more localized low. What's Confluence say for us? Yeah, it's starting to curl. Possibly coming down more into a buy on the weekly, on the daily, in a buy on the, oh, no, we're not. In a buy, stochastic, nowhere near a buy here. Look at that spread, pretty much straight down. This is the epitome. It's going down. No hate. I mean, everybody knows me. They know how much I love this project. But indicators. There's not much there. It's saying there's more pain for 8. I wouldn't be following that. And then just with market sentiment, with Ethereum NFTs, with Bored Ape Yacht Club, and everything else right now, I wouldn't be long 8. Sorry to say that. It hurts to say that, but it's money. APT sure looks like it's in a hurry down. Bearish saying it's in a buy. This all here would be is will it hold this area? If you're into APT, if APT is your thing, this is clearly on a daily. Needs to hold in here and just mellow the frick out. Otherwise, it's coming down to these levels. APT is a waste of time at the moment. I mean, that's what it's holding on to before it comes right down at this level for support and resistance. Doesn't look good. It's not going to buy. Heavy down. Yeah, that's 3 touches. It would make sense to bounce a little bit. Daily, I mean, what do we say? It's in a buy here. It's in a buy here. It's been holding that wick that we just pointed out on the weekly. It really needs to belly. to be an entry, consolidate, and then off. I just have a feeling it's coming down to these levels based on, yeah, has been able to keep above the median on the 4 hour for very long. Sorry for an herb. Will it hold? Better options. So it's interesting. Like we watched it so much on the show already, and we've had some nice trades with it already. We're holding the median. It's it might be coming down into a buy. Could get down into this level and then off again. I just want to keep people giving something different on the show, if you know what I mean, Kate. But I mean, if there's money to be made, there's money to be made. It's tested this area here a few times and hasn't been able to break it. When it does, man, does it move.
How you doing for needing a break there, champ?
What time is it? 10.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, hour and a half straight. There we are. Yeah, maybe in a couple minutes here. Let's just finish Adam. It's a weird one.
I was just let you know. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. It's a weird one, and I appreciate picking it. Because we are following up the show, and I like it. I want to see it do that. I want to see it hold this level. If it does, great entry, and we are 32, but it, yeah, still, it's boring. People are fucking- Obviously, if this gets down, entry in here, or possibly in here, if this continues this way. What I also like about Adam is there's a lot of money in the ecosystem. You're not going to, it's not a smaller market cap. There's benefits to those sometimes. Game over, Supreme. Wonder what that means. What do you mean by that frame? Just saw the text popped up right when I looked. All good. Interesting. Cosmos on there. What's that? Cosmos. Ator. We have two Ators. Finance. Let's see. Checking back for your comment there. Supreme. I mean, damn. Oops. Like, what a chart. Not gonna lie, it's got ugly, but it's also kind of nice because that is huge profits. It's an all-time high, only 5,374%, 46. I want to see a little cool off. Hmm. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth just because my brain's spinning.
Your camera keeps flickering. Not your camera, but you know what I mean, your screen.
All right. Technical difficulty. Bad. But I mean, we're in uncharted territory. Could easily curl, come down, pull back down at these levels. It's a wash. It's on the weekly. Yeah. Avalanche. Caught that long and caught that short. As you can probably see, it really needs to hold this area. Because if it doesn't, it's coming down into these areas. Avalanche, no doubt in my mind that we'll probably get back up into, these kind of target areas for the shorter, longer term, if that makes sense, the few months versus the whole bull run. Possibility to pull down, obviously, into this channel up. I mean, it really needs to hold exactly where it is. Oops. Before, because if it don't, we're definitely coming into these lines.
I just missed everything you said. I'm sorry. It kind of jumbled around for the last 5 seconds.
Um, that it really needs to hold here. Otherwise, it's going to be down to these. On the 4, I mean, yeah, look at that. Interesting. Critical fear firing on the 4-hour. Oops. But with looking like paying down, short parallel channel in the 4s. We got 3 touches, boom, 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 right down. Should come out, retest, and start to go back up to here on a 4-hour time frame. That would be our first if you were just in and out. If I wanted in and out, and we have my money back, my camp, I would be looking right around this to there to get in and out as a possible quick trade, which probably a lot of people have already done. Says we're coming down to more pain. Says we're coming down to more pain. Same thing as I've said, like broken record. This is only if you get that curl and money flows back into the market. Otherwise, these will be your first entries, not these. That's what I should do. Is I should actually say these entries are only good. We get, that kind of a curl action, that kind of a curl action, that kind of curl. If it's still looking like it's dropping and there's no curl, get rid of this entry. Don't take it. I repeat, if you're just tuning in, I am not putting any of these in as my limit entries at the moment. They are what I'm looking at, and I'm going to compare the growth of return or the return on investment to my localized target of each of them to lock them down probably over the next few weeks.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice, of course. But also, have the possibility that this might, just because of what it is, AVAX, huge long-term hold for me. I have no problem keeping AVAX in bags. Exactly. I can get my glasses. Wow. Pretty sure it's AXI AXS, which is a gaming token. I don't know how big AXI is gonna be, but I think I'm wrong. This can't be a gaming token. There's no way I went that. Fuck that. Hold on, I gotta check because that was bugging me. That's the late night. Because I like that capitulation. It is Axie Infinity. Jesus Christ, Axie Infinity went up to $150, $160. I don't remember going that. That's absolutely insane. All right, so total diluted market cap, massive. Where's our market cap right there? It's number 76. Wow. And it's having $40 million in volume today alone. So there is some money to be moved in and out here. For sure there is. After we quickly have a look at this one, I'm going to take a break, as this has filled a chart of 8, I believe. That so far looked tasty out of the, got ironically all the way through the A's and some of the odds. Taking a little longer because I'm talking. Do it just by myself. A lot quicker. Let's mark it up and then see what Confluence has to say. And because I do like capitulation, I do like getting those cup and handles. This to me looks like a reasonable target. Saying we're going to get to all-time highs. I'd actually be quite shocked if we did. I still think we have some movement to be made. I'm not going to bother with that one. I will be back after this. Like I said, I'm going to be continuing to do this for a while. It will also be recorded on our YouTube. If you're not in our Discord, we got some stellar traders in there. We have it all broken down by channels, pulse, market cap, micros, blah blah blah, Bitcoin, ETH, all that kind of stuff. If you want in and you're not in, just get in our NFA OFC DMs or at Crypto Pope. We'll get you in there. We don't charge for any of our indicators. We have modules that you can walk through online to learn how to do all this and what the indicators are saying. We have pretty cool community, smaller for sure, that have had some great wins and been fun. Clearly, this is our most localized resistance at the moment. The 12,579. Sorry, my mouse is just jumping. Our first major target is only 113%. Clearly, these ones are going to be ridiculous. If it has potential to go there, I'm not saying it does. We'll be taking profits multiple times along the way. And I also think we will be able to get probably somewhere in here for entry. Let's have a look. Daily coming up to an entry, bottom of the Bollinger. We haven't been in this area. What's that? End of February. heavy resistance here for a while, but support right on that weekly trend, going for a retest. If this can stay mellow and this can consolidate, beautiful area of entry, telling us it's an entry. This could be a quick. You say that was 30 some odd percent. Like I can actually, or it actually came out. Let's zoom in. In a sell position. Didn't hold above the median. Been down in this area a few times. Like if this doesn't turn, if this just continues to go down, the thing with alts is they'll go down all the way down here, down to this weekly support. And that's what you have to understand. That's why I watch the market flow and I'm really looking for that belly or those crosses to maximize my potentials in these. Because if the total market cap shoots to bed, which is doing right now, we just got a bearish cross on the 1 hour with 40 minutes left to go, and they're sitting at about a 2.4. This could easily go all the way down here. And there's 20% of your bet. This is why I'm patient with a lot of this, because we can make better decisions. As I'm watching the total market cap right now, just dipped even lower. Will it hold the 2.4? 2.404. So, as I've said, like a broken record, if we don't stabilize on our market cap, ignore everything that we've talked about on this entire show today, and we will redo it at a later date. This is definitely a much higher risk token, Axie Infinity, compared to the other ones that have been on our list at the moment. I would be always taking and watching this one far more closely than some of the others. And for that good old fashioned stink bit, I'll put it somewhere in there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually just going to take a little bit of a break. It has been, 10:30, almost 2 hours. We found some decent entries if our market conditions stay the same. We've now dipped below the 2.4. Oh, as I say that, we're back above it. We did get to, just as we were talking, our wick has gone down to the 2.394. These are these areas, if you're not in, and we're just getting a bearish cross on the 1 hour. Interesting. Just gonna have a quick look on the 4. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing on my other screen. Be very interesting to watch here these next few candles. And if we do see the market really start to shit bed and there's a lot of exits, I can help anybody that may have questions on the tokens that they may be in. And I'd probably stop the hunt because there would be pain for a few days. There's no reason to continue. But I'm not personally panicking until we get below that 2.36, 2.35 level. Hope that helps for a moment. I'm going to end this stream and I will re-kick a new stream. It's probably the easiest way to do, save for Primo and the editors. Oh, holy shit, there's 36 of you. Cool. Hope that helps. I'm literally just going to have a pizza break here. Quick drink with the noodle, and I'll probably fire off another 2 hours to see where we're at and all this. I hope that helped. Hope you're enjoying it. And,
Thanks, man. We'll come back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'll drop. It'll post on our Twitter, and I'll drop the new fresh link in our Discord. But I'm probably looking at about a half hour, 45 minutes for a break. If you're along for the ride, go touch some grass, smoke some grass, whatever it is you need to do. And I look forward to seeing you momentarily.
Enjoy your slice, man. See you in a few.
Ciao.
Hey.